today's investigation, it is about the blue dot fever, right? The ticket trouble, the cost of the tickets, all right? So what's been happening? There's been some high profile artists that has cancelled due to health and family issues. Like Dolly Parton, so I hope she's okay. Also, there's high profile artists that were usually guaranteed to sell out, suddenly cancelled their shows for various reasons. Okay. They're saying it wasn't due to the fact that they couldn't sell tickets. Ticket pressure and rising costs, so we're looking at the ticket pressures and the rising costs. The Pussycat Dolls, Megan Trainor, Zan, I don't know who that is, Zayn Malika, Post Malone, and Jelly Roll have all cancelled multiple shows recently, though none of them said it was due to poor ticket sales, why it was being cancelled. I know myself, we were looking into going to see Pink, and I love Pink. I think she's awesome. But the prices of the tickets, I said, there's no way I can afford that. I think it was like for the back end of so you're not actually at the front. It was like £150 or something on them lines. It wasn't cheap, or 70 something odd quid. And I was like, no way. Do you know what I mean? Am I paying for that? I can, have a night out and still have money left over, or like travel somewhere and pay for a night out, a night away. Granted, I'll probably have to put extra to going out and seeing a band, so there's no way I would pay that. I'm not stingy, but yeah. And I'll tell you, because obviously I've gone to gigs in the past, bands in the past, okay? But yeah, so you're averaging, right? So it says $100, which is 73 in the UK, £73. And the artist keeps an average of £8.16, £6 of that, right? So even the artists, the ones you're going to see is not really benefiting, benefiting out of this. That's just like crazy, innit, to think how much other people make money off of you, that's just like, I can't get my head around that. I can't. It's just like mental. The average artist, they don't, it's still good. They still make good, you imagine all the people, but the point being is, if they're getting like that mega amount, that's just mental. So I wonder how much the bloody people from behind who like puts all the stadium up and all that lot gets. I bet they get really minimum wage here. Additional, we got the rising costs following the Iran conflict, meaning that tours, that touring on buses and air, is all costing, and it has made a massive impact. So we've got a great deal going on here. So this talk, I've seen it on YouTube. I've like Googled it as well. Yeah. I ain't saying I'm going to know any different to it, but yeah, let's just I just want to look into it really and see where we are at as the fans. And obviously I feel really bad for the artists, knowing that they don't really get, they don't even get half of what they're charging, really. So I call upon the divine light to infuse this session with wisdom and truth as we dive into these cards. May the insight revealed bring understanding and clarity to the situation at hand for all who are present and tuning in. Grant us your guidance and protection as we commence this reading, allowing every message to serve its highest good. I think we need to pull so the hidden issue around, I haven't even shuffled yet. hidden issue. So I've got what's in the tea in this deck. Okay, it's an issue behind the ticket prices, and then I'm going to pull a tarot card. So the hidden issues behind the ticket prices. Authority. It's authority. Look. Take on the role of a leader and everyone will respect you. Be self-confident. Okay. So the hidden issue. Think of it as like it's the authority that's creating this. Okay. Demands. So would that be government? Would that be the government laying it on thick? So then it's doing like a ripple effect, maybe, possibly. Cyberbullying. You're being bullied online or they are suffering from it. So it looks like authority is putting pressure on. Behind the scenes are putting pressure on the brokers and the venues and all that. They're putting those added pressures. We need more money. Allegedly. Oh, look at that. I got what's in the tea here. Dodging bullets. We'll take that one. It was hidden, so it was meant to be. I did do it this one first time, and for some reason it stopped, and I don't know why. I think my belly was hitting the tab button. So yeah. Oh my god, we got another one here. Impersonating. We'll take that as well. Impersonating. So I feel it's definitely someone behind the scenes. Let me just move that there so you can see. Can you see it? Yeah, you can see it. Okay. So authority, I would put that as government, allegedly, right? So I would put that. So authority as in government. This is the shadow meaning of it. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, they're putting pressure on. Behind the scenes. Look, the Hermit card. Hermit's all about in-depth work, going within, trusting your gut, and, you know, finding your own way. But this could, you know, think of it as, because I'm looking at the shadow and I'm looking at it in, you know, in this environment, I would be saying that it's all hush hush behind the scenes. You know, they are pushing. I would say I'm not saying brokers and all that lot are innocent, but I think it's pure pressure. Pure pressure here. Yeah. Tower, look. Yeah. Impersonator. They're talking out of their butts, basically. So the industry intentions. So now let's look at the government first, because it does feel like the government. So I'm gonna be going backwards and forwards because of what comes out here. Okay, so we're gonna do. Will they crack? Will they make changes? Will they make changes? Will they put the pressure off a bit? Will they take the pressure off a bit? No. Ooh, that's the sneaky snapper. That's what's stealing the money. That's what's taking half of the cut. Allegedly. Yeah. I want my hands together. Look at that. The strength card. Okay. So this is what's going on behind the scenes, allegedly. All right. So what will happen if they, what would happen? People are going to go, I got bankrupt in my head. People's going to go bankrupt. They just won't be able to facilitate things. They're going to have to create something different here with the Page of Cups. So they're going to have to do something new to it. It's going to cause problematic stuff in the, they're not going to be backing down quickly. They're not. But they're going to have to revert back to the past on how the ticket sales was back then. But I don't think they're going to back down. I don't see major changes happening in 2020, that's for sure. You might get a few odd ones that will drop the prices. But, yeah. The advice of the cards is if you don't do something, there will be problematic stuff going on. You're going to have to revert back to where it's affordable in the past, But will they listen? That's the thing. And it doesn't look like they're just the ones behind the scenes. No, not us. But the Seven Swords come in as someone is doing that, yeah. So their energy going forward with this, what would be their energy going forward with this? Six of Swords. I don't feel this is going to be an overnight thing, but I think it's going to create problematic things as time goes on, where they're going to have to make some changes here, but it's going to be forced. It's going to be forced in their hands. Six of Swords is like movement forward, moving on from it, but we still got entrapment here. Okay, so I just don't feel that they will cut the prices down, but I don't feel they're going to want to, in all fairness. No. It's almost like you're going to wait for the deal to come. So maybe they'll do sell. So like basically, like they'll sell the tickets, and if they don't get enough, to see what they can sell, and then possibly, not guaranteed, right? But this is what I'm interpreting here. Doesn't mean it's right. So don't, always follow your gut and that. But they may put some, take some money off the ticket, so it encourages you to buy. So they may pull that. Flanker. Will that work? Dodgy. It's still dodgy, isn't it? It's still dodgy. No. I don't know. They're going to still be empty. They're going to have to build a strong foundation than what they're offering. Yeah. Too much pressure for everybody at the moment, isn't it? So yeah, so I feel allegedly that the actual pressures are coming from the government to make more money. That's how I feel. Okay. Right. Industry. Let's look into the industry. So, the industry, like managers, how are they viewing this? How are they viewing this? I just feel like no one's going to be winning in this scenario, especially the artists and the fans, you know. Dirt digging, looking for dirt on me, or vice versa. They're not going to be honest about it. No facts, never has facts, make shit up, lies, yeah. Well, they're going to look out for themselves, aren't they? In this. So that's where the more cuts is going to come back. Okay, so you'll be complaining when the shows are not so woo, because they're going to make more cutbacks. So you have a normal show that's going to cost you a leg and an arm. Yeah. You might as well sell your kidneys now. I'm joking. Yeah, they ain't gonna go too monkey with the industry, you know. So it's just like everyone out for themselves, I suppose. Yeah. Let's look. 8 of Cups. Yeah, running empty here. Full of talk. But they're just trying to beat the system, basically. That's how I see it. Allegedly. Entertainment purposes only. I'm just reading cards. Okay, but think of the 8 of Cups as something and walking away from something. Yeah, it's empty. It's not working. Yeah, Ace of Swords has got the clarity, but you're using your voice. It's all about speaking out, speaking. You know, so they're talking the bullshit, especially with like, you know, the dirt and bag, no facts, then no facts, and then the obsession lover. So look at it as like they're just obsessing over what they can get. 5 of Wands is competition. It's talking about competitiveness. Yeah, mirroring, and you know, so they're just going to look out for themselves. You know, so yeah, they're not fully on board with it. So yeah, okay. Interestingly enough, though, this chap, Youngbloods, which is a rock singer, who sang with Ozzy. So he was great friends with Ozzy. But apparently, he has been looking out for his fans. He's looking out. I think he done a festival thing. So he's been a bit of a rebel, and he's lowering the prices. So he's done a festival thing. So could that help the changes for us? Is festivals all our go-to now? We like pay for like a festival ticket where you get to see loads of artists, but like with cheaper prices, you know, when you're mixing and mingling with people, or you know, like my people who love their music and stuff. Is this going to have a ripple effect in the system? You know, got the likes of Billie Eilish. She was like, there was news of her saying that why can't people film, record their you know, their experience in concert and that. So she kind of done a rebel against things too. So let's have a look. So let's have a look at the, you know, will this create a bit of a dialogue in this future thing? Hierophant card. He's going to be the guide. So, yeah, let me just move everything out of the way. Need space. Oh, actually, I don't want it mixed up. It's like, bear with. Right, get myself organised. I need to pull the cards together. So, Hierophant. Hierophant is someone who has great awareness, okay, or a spiritual advisor, or, you know, someone you would go for advice to. But this, me, you know, in this investigation that we're doing, this is someone of a high calling. He knows what he's talking about. He knows the score. He's completely down with it. Okay. So he is like the speaker of the fans, the people. Okay. Seven of Pentacles. You know, to me, it's like we can still build and grow, and we can still play our music. We can still there's still good investment in this. That it doesn't have to be the way it is. We can still have a great time and still balance this situation. So this is probable cause here. So I do see like artists taking those risks. I do see artists joining forces and taking the initiative of doing this. So maybe festivals. I mean, I know there's still a lot of festivals that's going on, but maybe this is it's gonna come in apparent now that people, it's like it's back, coming back around again. Yeah, look, Ace of Wands. So this is like this spontaneous, high energy vibe. Festivals are like that, aren't they? Although I've never had the opportunity to go to one. Never. Oh, I know, it's sad, isn't it? I had a few opportunities and I was young and I didn't have the money at the time. But there was good ticket prices back then. Even then, you know, you were paid, I think it was like 150 quid, but you're sleeping there. Do you know what I mean? It was cheap and cheerful, but I can see this all coming back around. Voice of reason, okay, and logic, okay. I do feel that this is going to be a knock-on effect, and I do feel like other artists are going to be willing to take this initiative too. And I get the feeling that the older generation, or people that, you know, that when it was back then, when they did all the festivals and stuff, they're going to be on board with it because they know how high impact it is and how much fun it is. But still progressing and making the money as well. Okay, we can secure this and bring stability. So expect more engagements in festivals so I feel artists are going to be swinging that way, okay? Maybe a bit of stress in the thing, but yeah, see? Triumphant, second chances. So I think something is coming back around. Yeah, so we're going to see that, which would be nice. Although I hope they do it on the telly, because I ain't going to be able to manage a festival now, not with my health conditions. But I do love a good music on the TV. I don't know what's going on with my cards. I'm going to just go with opportunities. They go, look, this would be a great opportunity. So, yeah, definitely something's going to be coming around. Obviously, there will be taxing, and the government is going to get some money out of it, obviously. But the old purpose is to make sure that everyone's getting their fair share. So, yeah, that sounds positive, but, you know, don't shoot the messenger, they say, right? But right now, you know, so the shift coming, so we see the changes in the, and stuff. I want to put these cards together. I told you I want to put them together. So I think I've already done about, I think the next chapter is going to be where you're still going to have high prices, and I think they're going to they'll have to do something. I don't see it coming in too soon But so for going to see an only artist, you know, a band that we love to listen to, how's that going to be that's going to be quite a fun, how is it going to feel? Am I going to put a strain on the fans and stuff as well? And I don't think the artist is going to like that either, but I don't think they have much say in the matter either. Four of Wands. Right, okay. Problematic stuff. It's all to do with greed, isn't it? We're going to find our own way to celebrate, the music icon and stuff. We'll find our own roots and our own way of doing it. Okay. So for the festivals, for the fans, how's that gonna might have to travel. They might have to travel different generations, you know, so it might be cost effective. There'd be only so many tickets as well, obviously. So it would be very competitive in the sense of like you really will have to be sharp with the tickets because people are going to be buying more. So I feel like they're going to sell out. Yeah, I think they're going to sell out. So you're going to have to be hot on it, to be honest, with the ticket prices and stuff when it comes to festivals and that. Yeah, watch this space. What do you think? You know, if all right, we'll do the advice, how, you know, so that's so that's part of my advice, but any more advice for the fans, you know, and the support we can give to the artist? Two females come in. I think we just need to be mindful of what we pay for and how we interact as well. So if you're going to be buying the tickets and then complaining that the tickets are expensive, then you're missing the point, you know. Not that I'm forcing something in a revolution, but it is about having a bit more self-awareness here, you know, in what we do. You know, this is going to make the turnaround eventually. So the less people that buy tickets, you know, or puts ourselves in a position of we can't afford it, but we really want to see that band. If you hold out, you know, you might not get to see them, obviously, but maybe the government and the venues are forced into lowering the prices eventually. Yeah, they're going to have to. So you might have to take the risk in what you're spending your money on. You know, possibly, yeah, get what you want in the long run. So, but it'd be like a bit of a waiting game. Yeah, I don't see it this side of 2026. I don't see it, to be honest. I don't see much changes. I think they're just going to blag their way through it. But they're going to have to do something sooner or later. But let me know what you think. And if you want me to look into it later on down the line, maybe we can do an update next year and see where it lies then. Just let me know your thoughts. And I can do that. But interestingly, I was watching some chap on YouTube and they were saying about they went to see Michael, you know, not them, but the ticket prices to go and see Michael Jackson was like 12 quid. right? Back then. You look at the prices now to then, right? Now, I got a confession, you know, people, I was probably 14 at the time. I looked, right? Because I thought, oh, I'm going to see when they, you know, when they were around. And it was 1986, right? This is the 15th of September, right? So I was 14 years old at the time, right? And I went in to see 5 Star, and I still kept the ticket now. But look at the price of the ticket there. £7.50. £7.50. Yeah, I mean, there's a small, I mean, Coniston Hall is, I mean, I think the name's changed now, but yeah, look at that. I kept the ticket. Now, I went and seen Counting Crows, and I've gone and seen Bon Jovi twice, and I'm pretty sure I paid around 30, I mean, that was in the 2000s. So I paid, and that was in Cardiff, and I went to see Bon Jovi twice, so my one was a gift and one was what I paid for, and I'm pretty sure it was around the 30-40 mark. And they were high profile bands back then, you know, so it goes to show how crazy this world is coming with, like, the financial aspects. It's not affordable. But yeah, I went through my photo albums. I thought I have to show you guys. You know, can you remember 5 Star? I mean, what are they doing nowadays? Are they still around? I don't know. There were some conspiracies about 5 Star, isn't there? Back then. But yeah, 1980? I found a picture frame. It's a shame I ain't got my thing, but yeah, they got a frame here, and it's Coniston Hall, 1986. So I'm presuming it was round then, because this is the 15th of September. So they must have played a few gigs that time. But yeah, isn't that crazy? I had to show you. Yeah. But I hope you enjoyed the reading. I did. Interesting. Government and stuff. Wow, I didn't expect that. I didn't realise. Yeah, so. But allegedly, entertainment purposes only. But I'm gonna go. I'm gonna thank you. So I thank the divine for the messages and insights received today. I'm truly grateful for the guidance for everyone who joined this reading. As now I close this sacred space, I send forth healing and blessings to you, to the world, and to all beings. May we all be blessed. And I will see you on the other side. Thank you for joining me.